In this mirror, I see tears, blood, sweat, fear that I ain't enough peers looking for the flaws. Here, is it what was thought? Maybe they plotting on here and wishing death on me, but couldn't beat a Paul Bear. So they bearing witness. I'm a hand on my business, got my hand on this vision, the mission to make a difference. The kitchen ain't hot as I am, and I do the dishes. Do it, I built a British that bring my fruit to fruition. Once I started, I finished. No matter how long I fall, the truth be said, I go. I know you probably don't really know me yet. So I go inside, don't push it out. I built the bomb and I'm taking to put it down already. I didn't have preparation. Why you think I'm impatient? Instead of sitting here waiting to have my feet on the pavement, I'ma saving them days that you were gazed in amazement. Later remember the same conversation, cause we keep on grinding. And I'm saying that's no matter what life pitch batter up. We keep on thriving. If you started from the bottom, it don't matter cause you got it, oh yeah. We keep on climbing.
Good morning. Well, it's morning time for me. I don't know exactly what time you guys are going to see this video, but it's morning for me. And I was getting ready to start my day. And God quickened my spirit for me to share something with you, and something really personal. And I pray that it will bless you. I pray that it is life-changing, because that's what the word does, okay? It changes our life. It gives us new perspective over things that we're going through and that we're dealing with. Well, let me just give you a little bit. Well, I'm not going to give you a lot of details, but I'm going to tell you the message in there. So recently I've been going through something. I've been dealing with something for maybe about a month now. You know, and it's been very hard, and well, not hard, because I've been having the peace of God, because I've been trusting God through it, okay? I've just been trusting God through it, just, you know, continuing about my life, you know, trusting God through it, trusting Him through it, doing what He tells me to do, when He tells me to do, to try to, but staying in peace, because when you're going through something, first of all, we never know how long this thing is going to last. There's a woman in the Bible who had an issue of blood for 12 years, baby. And so she was bleeding for 12 years. And women, ladies, can you imagine being on your periods for 12 years? This woman was on her period. She was just bleeding for 12 years. And she just got tired of it. She was isolated from everybody else. She couldn't have a normal life because they didn't have tampons, maxi pads, and all those types of things going on back then. So she was just bleeding in her clothes for 12 years. So and so she said, if I could just touch the hem of Jesus, she heard Jesus was about to ride through there, and she know that she heard that He's been doing miracles all around her. She said, if I could just touch His clothes, I know that this issue, I can be made whole, okay? So she did that. Woo! And that power went forth. And I'm telling you guys, if we stay in peace, if we trust God through it, because we don't know how long that issue gonna last. Okay? I've been dealing with this. I thought this was gonna be resolved in just a couple weeks. But this thing has been dragging on. Do you hear me? How many of us have gone through things that's just been dragging on? And you just like, Lord, I need for this thing to be over. I need to move on. I need to have some peace over that thing. But in the middle of this issue over here dragging on, you still got your everyday life. You still got to show up in the world. You still got to do what you got to do. You still got to, and you know, and you can't even talk about this issue for real. Because God is handling it. How many of us have had issues going on that we couldn't even talk to nobody about it but God? Okay, all right. So I had, yesterday I received an email in regards to this issue, and this thing, finally, I've been waiting for this thing, but here's the thing, I only had 24 hours to get some things together, some documentation, some things, and a lot of documentation, honestly, okay, for 24 hours. when I have to work and I have a child and I have this and that, and, I have so much going on, when normally you would hope that you have a few days, a week to get some of this stuff together, but I had literally 24 hours. And so yesterday I spent my whole day. Now I got videos to do, I got other stuff, I got deadlines, I got clients, I have so much to do. And the last thing, and to take off to yesterday, to spend my whole day yesterday preparing to send out this email this morning, okay, was excruciating for me. I had to put everything on hold and focus on this one thing the whole day. So, yesterday, as I was working on this all day, and I got real frustrated because there was a lot of documentation that I couldn't find. I didn't know, I was getting very frustrated, okay? Now, here it is. This stuff needs to be submitted, by this morning, and I don't have all the I'm thinking it's going to take me a whole today to get all the things that I need to be able to, submit this stuff. And I'm frustrated. It's 11 o'clock last night, guys, and I'm putting the baby to bed. Well, he was already getting it, but no. He was running around, y'all, because he was getting tired, because I was so focused. I didn't even put him, I didn't bathe him. I barely fed him. Okay? And he went to bed late because I was so focused on getting this done. So, by this time, we went to bed together. It's 11 o'clock. I was so exhausted in my mind. I couldn't see. I couldn't think. And I didn't have all the documentation that I needed. And I was so frustrated with that. And so I was so stressed. I felt like my pressure was going up. And God, I felt in my spirit, God kept telling me to go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. He kept telling me to go to bed. I'm writing out this letter, I'm doing a lot of typing, so I'm like, it was a lot, okay? And so I felt like I needed to go to bed. And I said, I'm going to just get up early this morning, and whatever is not done, I'll do it tomorrow. And so before I went to bed, me and the baby prayed. Okay, we prayed. We always say the Lord's Prayer before we go to bed. So we said the Lord's Prayer, and I said a prayer over this situation for God to continue, because He's had His hands on it the whole time. So why am I freaking out now? Okay, why am I worried now? And I haven't been worried all this time. Okay, girl, get your life in order. Okay, what are you frustrated about? Okay, and guys, let me tell you, I prayed and I talked to God before I went to bed, and I woke up this morning and found every document I needed. Everything was clear. Everything was clicking, moving. I was able to submit that thing, walk my new dog Marley, okay, fixing breakfast for two, getting together, still on time with my day. Like, when we rest and trust in God, trust that He is in control over this situation. When God tells us to rest, I'm telling you, we need to go to sleep. Jesus slept on the boat. Okay? Well, it was a storm coming. They out in the middle of the ocean. Him and the disciples, they was crossing the sea. And the waves was crashing. Jesus in the back of the boat. They trying to save them from drowning in the boat while Jesus is asleep. Okay, because there is something to that. That's rest. We need to rest in the middle of the storm. We ain't got no control. Listen, all we need to do is rest and trust God. We ain't got no control over the storm. No way. We ain't got no control over that storm. Okay? But what we do have control over is trusting in the one who do have control over the storm. What? We got to trust the one. We got to trust our Father, our Creator, okay, that He is in control of the storm. He knows what that storm is going to do. He knows what doors is going to open, what doors is going to close, what things that needs to be rearranged, rebirthed, recreated. Come on. And listen, just because things get teared down sometimes doesn't mean that it's over. It means it's time to dust that stuff away and rebuild, okay? Something more spectacular, something more incredible. This is the season in our life. I believe this in all of my heart. I know it's a season because I'm standing before you in this platform, in this element, speaking to you my heart and my relationship with God and how I get through and my perspective on how important it is to have a relationship with God. So I know that it is a season of some supernatural miracle anointing exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think time, because what is going on in your life? What are you stepping into that is brand new and you need to trust God every step of the way? Because if whatever that thing is that's happening in your life, that's how you know that it is time for the exceedingly abundantly. So you have a responsibility right now to that storm, that thing that's happened in your life. You can, because you can still speak to the storm now, because sometimes we have to go to sleep, get some rest. That's why there's certain battles that last a little while, okay? Because we got to build up some stamina. We got to build it. That's like, I've been working now, y'all. Now I can work out a little bit longer. It's getting a little bit longer. My stamina is increasing. So, because I've been battling the storms, you know what I mean? I've been working out. So, the more we exercise our faith, the more we exercise our trust, the more we can understand that we can rest in the Lord. That's it, guys. I got to get ready for work. I just need to drop in here and share that with you. My eyelash is irritating me, y'all. Don't say nothing about my eyelash. I don't know what it's looking like because I didn't have time to really, because yes, I did wake up like this. I woke up like this. And I wanted to hop on as I've been doing all these things, and God has just been showing up and showing out. If y'all haven't seen that video, that's that last video. God's been showing up and showing out. And it doesn't have to be, listen, anytime God shows up and show out, it's always impactful. You feel me? It's always impactful. I don't care how small that thing is. When you feel God's presence on that thing, it's always impactful because it's teaching you something. So God's been showing up and showing out in my life, and I am praying that He is showing up and showing out in your life too, and that this information, that this video is blessing you. There's to it. He's coming. No, you about to get your food. You about to get your breakfast.